Welcome back to the Liquid Late Nights podcast, sports talk, baby. And go ahead and take the shot now because I'm the one who said we should do this. Let's talk about them Lakers.
Well, listen, I'll try to get it all in now, guys, because it looks like we're going to be on hiatus for like the rest of the summer, which I thought the summer was over. I guess I don't know anything. It's just
I mean, Labor Day is coming up. Is that traditional in the summer?
yeah, but I didn't have a decent Labor Day since I lived in upstate New York back in a long time ago. Too. I don't know what that means. I don't think it means the same here. Some
I,
environments, huh?
yeah, I think it's just it might be a day off. It might be
But it used to
barbecue.
be Labor Day used to be a big deal.
Hmm.
As a young person, before you go back to school, you know, cookouts and parties and stuff like that. And now people just, well, I guess we're
Yeah,
old. You're just
yeah.
grumpy and shit.
Well, down here in the South, they already gone back to school.
Yeah, well, it's
yeah,
the South.
the South goes back early because I'm pretty sure the West Coast hasn't gone back. I think they go back after Labor Day.
No,
I
they're not
guess
going back yet. It's later. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
just yeah, traditional in the summer. 12.5 billion deal.
Yeah. And that's not the half of it. That's not even like the tip of the iceberg on this whole
Well,
quagmire.
what else you got? Because I heard some rumblings today. I saw some rumblings today.
Give me what you got. Then I'll poke. I'll give you. I'll do it better that way.
Okay,
What have you
so
heard?
the deal is it's Bob Iger, former CEO of Disney, and a Kushner brother, not Jared, but the other one.
Josh.
We're already Josh. We're
He's an
already
LA guy. He lives in Malibu, I think.
okay. So they were already working together to try to get the Vegas expansion team, and then somehow this opportunity rose up to get the
I
Lakers.
like those. Of course, yeah.
The thing I saw today was that the guy who just bought them for 10 billion,
Mark Walters.
yeah, might be getting some sort of investigations and some sort of like some securities fraud and things like that with
Okay,
his
so yeah,
businesses.
it's not. Yeah, yeah. I had heard about that a couple of months ago. So what
Mm,
what it is? It's like okay. It's I was just listening. There's a guy had called Pablo Corres. Has a podcast called Pablo Finds Out. He's the one that blew the whistle on Kawhi now. Kawhi's uncle and stuff. And this thing is deeper. Yes, what happened when Mark Walters bought the Lakers initially? He got owns the Dodgers. They own one of those big European soccer teams and stuff too. These the global guys with all kinds of money. Okay,
mm,
but it looks like he's coming an indictment on the federal government, federal and state for improperly moving some money around. But the thing is like they said it was a whistleblower within his organization, so somebody must have got cut short of money. He blew the whistle on him. Step one. Okay.
mm,
Now the story they're saying is that this deal came together since Sunday night and a
yeah,
phone call and got done by Wednesday, which
yeah,
kind of blows some wind up my skirt, boss. So that's pretty. That's
that's
come
fast.
on.
They said 3 days. I'm like, ooh,
But I listen. I listen to Colin. I've been listening to everybody who's talking about it. There's some guys I talk sports and say, yeah, how the old people used to say, that dog don't hunt. There's a lot more to this. Now, this is Adam Silver knows. Now, listen, Bob Iger, we all know him. You
yeah,
got Disney. The guy is something else.
yeah,
He got his all boys out, Stephen A. and everybody out singing his praises. Johnson, God darn,
ooh,
Magic Johnson is singing his praise.
mm,
All that stuff, fine. I understand the Kushner kid, this one, he's 41 years old. He's rich. He got married to a supermodel. He's on this coast. He's not like he's not a MAGA guy. He's a they say he's voting Democrat. But anyway, fine. But he already owns a piece of the Heat, which you got to divest of to do this deal.
okay,
This deal dropped in their lap. Listen, I listened to Wendy, the guy I forget, I can't, his name will come back to me soon. Um, and what's the guy, Mona Sheridan, who does
okay,
all the stuff for the Lakers. Their podcast, he has a podcast called the Hoop Couple. They're saying, listen, yes, this happened, but something else had to go down somewhere between Allen Silver and they wanted Mark Walter to, mm,
get out.
yeah. Now, and at the same time, I was texting and texting my boy Jorge, and he was saying like, I swear, it looks like Mark was getting indicted. He leaves some liquidity, so he just made himself a quick 2.5 billion, and flip the Lakers, which is insane because like what's it gonna say? It's not like he's flipping a condo. It's
Yeah.
the Lakers. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So people are confused. They don't know what's going to happen with Jeannie or the staff, but they got to go on because it's just intriguing. It's now it's gangsters too. Now, 'cause let's don't get wrong. This is all gangster stuff. This is real gangster stuff. Now, Mark Walters is in the he knows the president. Matter of fact, I didn't hear that. I didn't find out that today that I didn't know he gave him a World Series ring after the Dodgers won last year.
Oh, okay.
I tell you, I've been looking into this stuff. Saying, what the what's the money is above all out here. We're just the peons here. We talking
Yeah.
about we the serfs and the peons and oligarchs got this stuff going. This is wild stuff, boss. Because when I saw and I've seen some people complaining on Instagram, guys doing the show. Why we are we now the Lakers now owned by the Trump empire? I said, get out of here. I understand it, but the money is way above all of us.
That's a lot of money. And Adam, yeah, you talked about Adam Silver. Adam Silver and Bob Iger are real good friends. Like
Of
go
course.
go on vacation together, friends.
Bob Iger and Chris Paul put together the bubble
Mm-hmm.
to save the season
Mm-hmm.
during COVID. That's the same. So this guy has credibility.
Yeah.
That's not even wrong now. So there's some sources saying, well, Bob, Mark Walters may need to move the Lakers and somebody. This is all conspiracy stuff people are saying.
Yeah.
So Silver steps in because they they don't need the Lakers, and the Lakers are too big a brand for the NBA to get involved and stuff. They had to flip it in, and who's better than Bob Iger? Now
Yeah.
Bob Iger and Josh Kushner was in negotiating to buy the franchise expansion one in Vegas.
Yeah.
Now what Ramona Shelman says is like, well, the numbers start getting so high, they decided just to call Mark Walter, which okay, fine, okay, you can sell me that, but okay, because I
Yeah.
understand that the numbers are high right now. The Vegas deal is like $7 or $8 million just to buy it.
Yeah. They're talking. I think I saw. I think the same piece I was talking about. They want to do Vegas first before Seattle because they want the Vegas to set the standard for the new pricing in the league. So you know, you're gonna when they announce that bid, that's gonna be a big money.
Well, that's why
So
they say these guys moved on. But go ahead, sir. My
no,
bad.
but that's the thing. This might be still it's a lot of money, but it's nice might still be a bargain in comparing to what they're gonna try to do with Vegas.
So it's like then there was an agent, a big agent, I can't think of his name right now, tweeted out after the fact, said, okay, so now veterans can't get the minimum, can't get a job because everybody's scared of the second April, but the teams can sell for 12 billion. So he's coming back around. So listen, now they squeeze, they put a cap on what your made product can make, but these valuations of these teams are going out through the roof.
Mhm.
It's insanity.
Mhm.
But that's because private equity, venture capital, it's not like mom. See, the Lakers, when they're owned by the Bucks family, that's mom and pop.
Yeah,
Jerry Jones owned the Dallas Cowboys, that's still mom and pop. Dolan owned the Knicks, that's still mom and pop in the sense that the family owns it. But all these other boys coming in with all this money, all the UAE, all this Saudi money and stuff. Oh, that's another thing too. They're saying that they're not really sure what happened. How they think Mark Walter didn't have enough money to buy the Lakers initially when he bought it a year ago. Anyway,
oh.
they said so maybe no, this is all man, this stuff is swirling around. And so hey, listen, I love this kind of stuff because I think financial. I'm sorry, I should have been speaking something else, but they're saying okay, Mark Walters. It was asking him, say, "You sure you can buy it? You can do the $10 billion? I got this." Now they're saying like there's some. Now that's where the Kushners come in. I think beforehand
Mm.
in the soup in the World Series ring, it's a lot of stuff, man. This is a lot of caca, but it's just money. It's that stuff is so big. It's and my Lakers all in the middle of my snow time, boys. We just
Not even ready yet.
we
I
don't.
think I saw them. They asked Luca. Luca's fine. He's like, he just came from a team that's selling. I don't know, whatever. They asked. Somehow they got to LeBron. And LeBron's like, I mean, would it have changed my decision? Maybe, but it's still coming out as the basketball part of it, so it doesn't really affect what I need to do. Um, it's kind of a different level. I think basically what he said is like that's a different level for what I'm dealing with here. You know,
Yeah, because
so
because you talk about because they're saying that. So I don't want to get too
who's
technical because
Rob
I
Palinska? Is he the GM?
and head of basketball operations. Yes.
Okay, so he just signed a multi-year deal, so he's supposed to be allegedly staying in place. Jeannie stays in place. Um,
Yeah. Okay.
we'll see what
Jeannie,
happens. Jeannie
Rob,
will
I don't
probably
know.
stay in place. Rob may not. Depends how the season goes.
And I like Rob, but still,
Mm,
it's just hey.
yeah,
But what I'm trying to say is that the man, I was listening to local news because with my sister, I go so I can get local LA news, and people like what you know what I mean. But they soften it with now they soften it with Bob Iger because he's a known he lives in I think he lives in Bel Air. Both
it
those
sounds about
guys
right.
are
Yeah,
LA
Philippines.
guys. One lives in
Yeah.
Malibu and one lives in Bel Air. So they're not like living around coast. They are LA people.
Mm-hmm.
People know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's which is to me, I prefer that if you're gonna because they could be there, they're gonna be there. They bought into the team. That's good.
Yeah. Iger had season tickets for the Clippers for a long
Yeah, I
time,
know.
which is funny.
I know. But
So
he has a piece of the Kushner has a piece of the Giants football team, the New York Giants, and the Heat. So you have to get out of that. This is it's a bigger deal. But hey, but again, it's just it's it, the money is crazy. And they were saying like Jeannie. Now some people are saying, well, she probably could have got more for the Lakers when she sold it a year or so ago if she'd have put it in the open market. They didn't. She made a deal with Mark Walter because he had already owned a small percentage of the Lakers at that point already, and he had first right up refusal if she decided to sell. So he bought more shares. I mean, the Buss family still owns somewhere between 15 to 20% of the team, so they still got money coming. But the Buss siblings made $500 million a piece with the sale. It's six of them, so they they ain't looking. They have to worry about their meals and stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
So Mark Walters probably need cash. It's just the whole deal I'm getting into. But this thing is. And so what does that have to do with basketball? Well,
This is
when I
still a business.
yeah, but he had already put in place that some of the other people are saying, listen, he didn't buy the team to flip it because they had already started putting different things in place. He had brought in some people over from the Dodgers to run, they had put a new team in and stuff like that. All of a sudden, poof, gone. In the meantime, his boy got the World Series ring. And, so so there's the other conspiracy people think that so the pressure come down with the indictment with investigation. So maybe just so the family could be money grabbing and buy one of the most prestigious franchises in sports in the U.S. Globally, actually. So yeah, it's a lot, huh?
It's just it's we talk about these big deals. It's just so much money, so much valuation. We already knew its value. We were talking about this when it was sold for 10 billion. Like
Yeah,
you
it's out of
know,
control
but now we're like,
because the Celtics had sold 3 or 4 months before the Lakers sold for like 6 billion. The Seahawks, which is a football team, just sold for like 9 billion.
think that's correct because that family had to finally move out from that per the last will and testament. Um,
That was owned by what's his name? The guy, a Microsoft guy,
yeah, Paul
Paul
Allen.
Allen.
Yeah, there we go.
And the family finally decided to sell the team, and that market is a small market.
Yeah, 9.6 billion to
Yeah,
venture
that's a
capitalists.
football team. So it's something like if Jerry's family decided to sell the Cowboy, what the hell is the Cowboys worth?
Ooh, Jerry's never selling the Cowboys.
Yeah, I understand that part too, but I'm just saying.
Jerry's gonna pass away, and somehow
Yeah, he'll be embalmed and build a pyramid and put a tomb in it. Yeah,
it'll be like Stalin at the stadium,
yeah,
and they still won't get a playoff win. Um,
that's not right. Anyway, so
it's not
this
wrong.
thing is, and I've heard about it. Everybody, I mean, Stephen A. chime in, Magic chimes in. I heard one guy, some guy on Instagram could have some AI crazy stuff. LeBron knew something was going on. That's why he got out.
Oh
What you
Lord.
talking about? What are you
What's
talking about?
the
But it's ingrained. We are what they do to us as far as regular people walking around is like it's totally insane. So I got to go in with my beloved Lakers. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a Laker fan since 1980. You know, I once Magic joined the Lakers, and I left my Sixers because I was a Sixers fan with Dr. J and them. But so I've never seen anything like this before. But I'm not leaving. You know, I still, even though I love Tampa, but I'm still basically an LA guy. I still like it. So these guys are LA guys. They got to get some work done. But it's the money is stupid. Maybe some more stuff come out later on.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
just that's not the that's not how you thought this was going down. That's
no,
not what your regular Wednesday was like. Oh, by the way, we're selling. What?
no, it's the
What?
first thing yesterday morning
Yeah,
because I was trying to get rid of do some stuff. And on the first thing, what the what? And I caught the tail end of it because the show was going off. I got the tail end of it. I said, good gracious. I said, man, what in the world? Now, listen, today I listened to Colin Cotton. Now, Colin said today, after all the stuff, listen, you guys, he says, listen, I got some people who I trust. Told me that. He said, Mark Walters had to sell his team. He probably didn't want to. And Adam Silver probably got involved in it. And they wanted somebody that could, because the franchise mean a lot to the league and it means a lot to everybody. They need a face. So they just pivoted to Iger. Now, I Kushner had some money, but Iger is a face. That's what they're trying to do because
yeah,
this everybody know him,
yeah.
and you can. That's palatable. I mean, you don't want Jared and Ivanka. You know what I mean? And their pappy. We want. So he says this thing is yeah. So what are you trying to do to Mark Walter? Maybe after this. Now, another guy was saying like maybe they'll back off of him now because they're saying, well, maybe they started investigating to pressure him to sell the team so Josh could get a piece. It's all kind of conspiracies out
Oh,
there, bro.
jeez.
No, dude, when people start running wild with
Hmm.
conspiracies because you get your clicks. Certainly got my click, but I wasn't clicking. It just popped up on my feed.
Yeah, because when the ESPN, ESPN rumor speculation, somebody dropped it. You're like, what? Who? Where? And then you just gotta the floodgates open
Once you ask a question,
mm-hmm.
yes, sir. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I said once you ask a question, stuff started popping in on you like you.
Yeah, if ESPN has the rumor, that means somebody already told them, like, hey, this is going down. Because it's not like they're doing. They do some investigative journalism, but sometimes it's just like a, hey, there's gonna be a press release, and yeah, might
Because
run it.
Ramona Sheldon, one broke the story, she said she knew the night before, but she didn't do it until she got some verification with several other sources first.
Mm,
She said she couldn't even sleep that night early, all up because it come down. It's crazy. And Brian Windhorst, that was his podcast. I know his name would come back. He has a podcast called Hoop Collective, and it's like 50 minutes. Him and Ramona and one other guy, and it was really deep. They was because they're insiders. Ramona covers the Lakers. He lives in L.A. And Brian can cover the NBA because he got his claim to fame because he's been covering LeBron since he was in high school. So they know stuff, and they were saying some stuff that was more than the flash or the click about how this thing happen. So yeah, it's something else.
mm.
I just I'm just my Lakers dude. I was in the barbershop yesterday. Man. I'm trying to get my hair done, man.
People talking too much.
Well, my barber is a Sixers fan, so he's still happy because LeBron is in the Sixers. We were talking about that, so he's from Philly, so he's like. Then we got into the bar. It was a great day in the barbershop, though. Hey, what you want?
Mm. So now he's a LeBron fan now.
Nah, he's probably always a LeBron fan, but
Okay.
it's just the '60s more so now. Everybody.
Yeah.
If people can't be a LeBron fan, it's ludicrous. Let's put it there. I'll leave it at that. I was gonna say some other mean stuff, but especially if you're a so-called black person, what this guy managed to achieve, man. I understand that some of the other people may be a little bit jealous of him or think he's uppity or whatever, but if you can see what this guy managed to do, come on. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
How'd I get there? Anyway, to be continued. Maybe we come back whenever we come back, after Labor Day. Smoke will clear. We'll figure something out on this one. So let's kind of close this out. I'm traumatized.
You haven't got your Luca jersey yet. Now you got to get this other jersey. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. NFL's coming back. It's fine. We'll talk about it later. Thanks always for listening to Late Nights Podcast. We're on all streaming platforms. Please like and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review. Always online at liquidlatenights.com. And you can support us monetarily if you want on patreon.com/liquidlatenights. We got tiers. We got merch. We got everything you want to do. And we out. Peace.